Nice to meet you, Tom.
Hey.
Mafia Wars is a kind of unapologetic action movie. It has the kind of set pieces, the double crossing, the one-liners. It's kind of all in there. I mean, what makes a good kind of action movie in your eyes, and what was it about this script that drew you into the project?
That's a very good very good way to start out. What I really liked about it, I felt like it was a good guy doing bad things but for a good reason. And then the outcome I don't think he ever thought would really happen or even think about. And then Scott, the director, him and I had a good he really did a great job of what allowing me like protecting me on set to allow me to play this role because it was a very challenging production. I mean, shooting in Rome is not easy. And Scott took that all on himself so that I could just focus. And then Cam, in the best way, was scary to me on set. Not mean, but you know what I mean? He was intense. He was dialed in. Like he had headphones on until the camera rolled and headphones came off. Like he was in it. And what I liked about Terry is I felt like every scene he wasn't sure what was going to happen.
Mm.
And maybe that's the answer to your question. Yeah, perhaps.
He's a great character because there's a lot going on in his world. He's got a fair bit going on his plate, I think, to put it
Yeah.
lightly. He kind of takes on the form of the kind of anti-hero in this kind of project. How much enjoyment came from this role and tackling the kind of complexity and the kind of conflict that he faces during this film?
Well, I'm really glad that you saw complexity in it. I appreciate that. Um, there was a part of me that wanted to keep it a lot inside of his head. There's a lot of stillness to him, and he only moves when he has to move, um, in order to protect his identity in a lot of ways. I think that was the thing. That was actually the little thing in the script that I really liked, that he was undercover the whole time,
Mm.
in a sense. And he was also like there was also a gun to his head the whole time by the captain of the police. You know what I mean? Like he didn't have a choice to turn around and walk away.
Mm. Was that quite an exhausting headspace to be in every day? And were you able on the shoot to enjoy a bit of Rome in your kind of downtime, to just take a bit of time and be a tourist?
It's funny. It's there's a lot of downtime on sets, as you probably know. But when you're shooting in Rome, the downtime, you're looking around and you're like, this is wonderful. You're soaking it all in. So, as much as I'd like to come across as being like so intense and so, in the moment all the time, it was wonderful to shoot actually in Rome instead of like pretending to be there. It was wonderful.
Yeah, it's good food there, isn't it?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of good food.
You mentioned working with Cam because I love those scenes kind of between the two of you because he's obviously got that really eccentric, very unpredictable kind of villain kind of trope.
Oh yeah.
What's he like as a kind of scene partner? And you kind of touched upon it before, but the second Scott shouted cut, was it easy to move seamlessly back into your usual selves, or did that kind of intensity linger into like your and sort of bleed into your real life?
I think he's an ultimate professional in the fact that he was focused and I could see that. And so the in between moments, if he needed anything from me, he could tell me, and vice versa. He was available, but he was focused. And there wasn't, I guess what I'm saying, like there wasn't like hangouts. Like, you know what I mean? We weren't on vacation. We were doing a movie. So I would love to work with him again. I just love the respect. I just knew that if I needed something from him, I could ask him and vice versa. And that's what you want in a scene partner. It might be a boring answer, but that's kind of what you want.
Yeah, it's interesting because obviously, I think I've interviewed a lot of kind of characters that have played villains before, and there's that kind of quite cliche question of how much fun is it to play a villain. But I wanted to ask you, because obviously, despite the fact it does look fun to play a villain, I mean, you've
Well,
not.
the thing about playing a villain that's fun is they
Mm,
always have an agenda.
yeah. Mm,
That's the fun part. And so as an actor, you know what the agenda is. When you're playing the quote unquote good guy or hero, you
mm,
really don't know how you're going to solve the problem.
yeah.
That's to me the difference. And villains have experienced pain and want other people to experience it, where heroes have experienced pain but don't want other people to feel it.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah, because
protecting them from that. But anyway, sorry.
No, I was going to say, because not only have you played like a hero before, I mean, you've played the hero, like the number. So I just wondered about the kind of unique challenges that come with playing a proper hero. And also, I just wanted to kind of side sort of final question. Obviously, with time comes like nostalgia, and nostalgia can often breed new creative content and art. Just wanted to know if you could ever kind of foresee a situation whereby you step back into the shoes of that hero yet once more in your future.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. If you asked me 5 years ago, I would have said absolutely not. Now that I have two little boys, and we have, I can't even count how many costumes we have in the house, whether it's Batman or Flash or wolves or this and that. And the one costume we don't have is Superman. And I asked my 5-year-old why, and he said because that's taken. And I said by who? And he said by you. And that was one of the best things I've ever heard. So that opened my eyes to if, Schneider or any of those guys, I'm open to it now because of my kids is a short answer.
Yeah. So I could go on for longer, but that's all my time, I'm afraid, Tom. But it's lovely to speak.
No, thank you.
Yeah, best of luck with the release of the show. Maybe one day we'll be speaking to again, and this time it will be for Superman. Who knows?
I like that. Sounds great. Thank you.
Well, take care. Bye bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you